What's up, everybody? Good to be with you today, and we are talking about hopefully something that will give you a paradigm shift and something that will help you operate from first principles, as we always like to say here, and that is the power and the importance of the rainbow, and how the symbol of the rainbow, the idea of the rainbow, should trigger so many different things in your day-to-day life that can really help you operate from first principles and create that dream life that we want to create here, all right? So first, I think the most important thing about a rainbow is, first of all, how rare it is. And when we see one, double rainbow, right? It showcases how rare it is to be able to see visible light. And what I mean by that is, in the electromagnetic frequency spectrum of all these waves going on around us, all this energy, frequency, and vibration, visible light, Roy G. Biv, is what we see when we see rainbows, is less than 1% of the reality that's going on around us. Okay? The entire rainbow of radiation to the visible eye for Roy G. Biv, visible light, is 0.0035%. That means 99% of what is going on around us, we cannot see. And I like this picture, this diagram, because it really shows a great idea. So over here we have our smaller waves, which is where our radio and our radar and our microwaves are. We get into infrared, which is night vision, and then we have this tiny sliver of visible light, which is Roy G. Biv, and then we get into ultraviolet, which is the sun, and gamma rays, where we're super short waves with lots of energy. And this diagram does a great job of what I want to show you. So first of all, the electromagnetic frequency, it's basically radiation, which is energy that travels and spreads out as it goes. And so here we have shorter wavelengths with less energy, our radios, our aircraft, our microwave, our TV, night vision. As we get more energy, we see that visible light, which is less than 1%, and then we get the UV, we get the X-ray, the PET scans, and gamma rays. And so what seeing a rainbow does is should trigger to you how vast our reality is and how little we can actually see. Yes, we are able to interact with it through transducers, and I want to break that down because I think it's important. So although we can't see what's going on around us, we have transducers, and what that is an electronic device that converts one energy from one form to another. So that's how you see energy forms as waves, telephone waves, cell phone, radio, microwaves, and then a transducer, which is usually like the TV antenna, transduces it from the invisible wave into a color image with sound. And it's just so fascinating because there's just this invisible rainbow of things going on. If we could actually see everything going on, it would just be blackness. We wouldn't be able to see our own hand in front of our face. And so seeing a rainbow lets you just realize how small of the reality that we actually can perceive with our senses. So that is a paradigm shift just in itself. The second thing is we want to eat the rainbow. Yes, we want to eat the rainbow. Because here is what we need to understand. Is the reason that fruits and vegetables have different colors is because they have a different set of specific phytonutrients. And these phytonutrients are natural chemicals that help protect the plant from different germs, bugs, the sun's rays, and other threats. So you have to understand, just like humans, when we are closer to the equator over generations, our melanin content of our skin gets darker. It's our natural sunscreen if we're really close to the sun on the equator. That's how you get different skin tones. And that's the same thing with plants. The closer they are to the equator, the different color they're going to be because the specific phytonutrients, like, we're getting cooked by the sun. But if you're further away in the equator, you need a different variety of phytonutrients, aka different color, so you can absorb more of the UV rays. Also, where that plant is more likely to grow, you're going to have different threats of different bacteria, different bugs, and different threats, which creates a different specific set of phytonutrients. This creates a different variety of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants for each plant. Okay? And I think this photo does a great job. So this is why we need to eat the rainbow, because each color of food has a different content of vitamins that our body desperately needs. Remember, we're not deficient in pharmaceutical drugs. We're deficient in vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And as you can see, the different colors have different variety contents of these vitamins. So you have B1, B2, B3, B4, all the way to B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, vitamin A. And different colors have different vitamins. So we need to make sure we consume all of these different colors so we can get all of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. And what I thought was shocking is we have a huge deficiency problem in America when it comes to anything healthy, because think about the SAD, the standard American diet. It is basically meat and wheat. Everything you eat is meat based, right? Because we are sadly told that you need meat protein to be grow big and strong. Well, here's a chart that should just end that narrative once and for all. So we have plant-based foods versus animal foods. And what we did for plant-based is it's an equal helping of tomatoes, spinach, lima beans, peas, and potatoes. And then for meat, we're using beef, pork, chicken, and whole milk. Look at this. Cholesterol. None for plant-based, tons for animal foods. We don't want that much cholesterol. We don't want that much fat. Look at the protein content. It's 1 for 1. It's the same thing. So we don't need animal-based foods to get a protein. Why do you think animals eat so many plants? Why do you think these elk and these deer get so big? Because they're getting it from plants, guys. And then here's where that just destroys everything. Beta carotene's at 29,000 to 17. Dietary fiber, there is none in animal foods because they've already digested it. Think about it. We are holobionts. We have trillions of bacteria living in us, and we have to feed them. And they eat fiber, okay? Our good bacteria are called probiotics, and what they eat is called prebiotics. Our body doesn't digest prebiotics, okay? That's the fiber. We have to feed our bacteria so we can be healthy. And that's why it's so important to eat plant-based foods. And then as you can just see, every vitamin, it's not even close. Look at this. 200 to 4, 1,000 to 19, 11 to 0.5, 20 to 2, magnesium, 500 to 51, calcium, 500 to 200. The only reason that you'll see in marketing that you should eat milk or drink milk is because it gives you strong bones, because it gives you calcium. Well, guess what? You get more calcium from plant-based foods anyways, and milk is pro-inflammatory and causes a whole host of diseases from the casein inside the milk. So this is why it's so important, and I love this diagram because it just shows that each color has a different vitamin that we want to eat. And as you can see back in this article, we have a deficiency. 8 out of 10 people are falling short in virtually every color category. 70% in green, 80% in red, 90% in white, 90% in purple and blue, and 80% in yellow and orange. And just to break down a quick example of this is things that are red have this thing called ellagic acid. And books that really break it down are things like Eat to Beat Disease, okay? And the China study, which is the greatest nutritional study ever conducted in the history of time. And then when you realize the meatonomics of why meat is so prevalently pushed in our face, you realize with this book, through checkoff programs, that we are literally paying our taxes to subsidize the cost of meat, which is why when you go to McDonald's or the food, meat's not $28. Instead, you can get a cheeseburger for $1. So you pay for it once in your taxes. Then you pay for it again at the store when you buy meat for $1 to $5, and then you pay for it again in your health bills because it's making you unhealthy. So it's very important that we eat the rainbow. So the rainbow shows us how little we interact and see a visible light in our reality. It shows us that we need to eat the rainbow. And then lastly, the rainbow is a symbol in our society for inclusion of everybody. The rainbow doesn't care about your color, your race, your gender, your identity. It includes everybody, because what we all need to realize is that we are one collective consciousness observing an individual experience, okay? And imagine how the world would change when humanity realizes its interconnectedness with all life and works together to restore the health and well-being of the whole. Understand how and why everything in the universe is literally connected to everything else by the structure of space-time itself. Beautiful art by Autumn Sky. I love this art. It shows everybody having an individual experience, but we are all connected as a whole. And again, you have the rainbow colors there. So as you go through today, remember the rainbow as a first principle. It realizes that, there's so much going on outside of our just, senses that we can perceive and that we can manifest and create the life that we want. Every time you eat, ask, am I eating the rainbow? Because you need to take care of your health, especially now more than ever. And then as you treat people throughout the day, as you experience, traffic and coworkers and your family and friends and strangers in the supermarket, realize that we are all one collective consciousness, just having an individual experience to learn about emotions and limitations. All right, guys? So have a great day, and we'll see you next time, alrighty?